So do you hate conflict? I mean, are you the kind of person that will pretty much do anything to avoid being in conflict with other people? And even to the point sometimes where it might be detrimental to you? One of the things about conflict that sort of is a difficult way of thinking about it is that conflict isn't always about literally like physically fighting with people. It's not about always shouting. It's not always about visible signs of conflict. Conflict occurs in many instances. When you think of passive aggressiveness, for example, or you think about the things that you don't do because you just don't want to deal with somebody else, those are all conflict as well. But when you don't deal with conflict in a healthy way, then you can't have a positive win. So how do you win at conflict in a way that actually enables you to get things done and actually shows you off to your greatest competitive advantage? That's a little bit about what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So make sure you watch it if this is something that's interesting to you. This is a series of videos that I'm doing on leadership, conflict, and cultivating your greatest competitive advantage. So if you haven't watched the other videos, make sure you do that and then come back here. I'm Nicole Whipp, and this is Healthy Success 101, where smart success is all about forgetting the burnout and forgetting the overwhelm. All right, so then let's talk about the power of self-awareness and conflict and the positive win. I love this quote by management expert Seth Godin. Just about all sabotage is self-sabotage. Whoa, right? And if you start looking at it that way, you might start seeing where you can be your own worst enemy. We have two different types of conflict. You know, there's internal conflict, me versus me, beating up on yourself, telling yourself you need to overcome your weaknesses all the time, and you know, you need to be, you should. Don't should on me is what I tell people. And then there's the external self-awareness, which is me versus you, right? There's person-to-person conflict. Has anybody ever been in a meeting or around people and you're just like, this guy, like, what is wrong with these people? Right? That's probably 90% of some of your guys' day, right? Like, what is wrong with these people? But I'm gonna challenge you on something related to this. If you own your company, if you are the leader of your department, if you have control of any of the persons that work with you or the clients that work with you, is some of this occurs as a result of our lack of self-awareness and the conflict that it occurs in other people as a result. And this was brought very powerfully to me in my first couple of years of my company, because I started out and I was working, and I would bring on team members, and I would be like, what is wrong with these people? Like, this isn't rocket science, right? Like, why can't they just do the job? Or why can't they just understand, like, this is not hard? And, you know, and then there would be conflict, and we would be losing money as a result of it, and all these bad things were happening. And I had one part of my business where I'm not kidding you guys, I literally cried every single day for 90 days straight because the people that I was working with were driving me so crazy. I wanted to stab my eyes out and I wanted to do harm to them. And I mean, you know, and I was feeling very victimized, okay? However, what I had to come to the realization about was that a majority of the problem was me. That I was the catalyst of the problem making. And yeah, they were taking it steps further, but I was the one that started the sort of chain of events that were causing these problems, that were making people's reactions and actions be what they were. And that I, as the leader, had the power to change that. And it was literally when I was able to take a look in the mirror, the kitten and the lion, right? Or however you want to say it. And I was able to say, okay, get real, girl, right? Then I was able to start making the change. And that is really why I'm led to the moment of me standing here today.